Hello everyone, thank you and welcome to this webinar this morning. Hello, welcome wherever you're from. So good morning, good evening, good night. I have no idea where you are in the world, but most of you hopefully are from Australia, watching in on Dr. Angela Pascoe and this amazing interview that we're going to be doing with her. And Dr. Pascoe, I just want to thank you so much as well, obviously, for your time today. And we do really appreciate you getting on here and sharing your wisdom with us, and obviously this new information regarding Nrf2 activation and basically living that happier, healthier life. So I'll just give a quick bio on Dr. Angela before we get into the questions, guys. Now, Dr. Angela Pascoe is a wife. She's a mother of 3 children, so 9 years, 10 years and 16 years old. She's been in practice as a chiropractor for 8.5 years now, and Angela's wellness clinic consists of massage, acupuncture and chiropractic. She graduated from the chiropractic college while delivering her daughters from home and raising her son and maintaining a strong connection with her husband. I absolutely love that. I want to know more about how you did all of that, because that's a lot of juggling balls in the one space right there. And Angela is a visionary and has an unyielding passion for delivering wellness to the world through chiropractic and nutrigenomics. So welcome, Angela, and thank you so much for being here with us.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's get into the questions. I will try to keep this short and quick. So, you can answer them as long as you want to, but there'll be me just firing questions at you. So I hope that's okay with you.
Perfect.
Yep. Now, number one is, would you share a bit of your history with us first? And also, what is it that you're currently doing now on top of what I've just mentioned there?
Sure. Bit of my history. I grew up here in South Dakota on an acreage. So grew up from a very young age, like learning about nutrition. My mom always had a big garden, so I fell in love with that as a little girl. And that thankfully carried into my adulthood. I found out I wanted to be a chiropractor after my son had some pretty incredible results when he was young, and that led me to chiropractic college. And I always knew our bodies, the best healing we have is within our own cells and within our own bodies. And going into chiropractic, I got to learn more about that, and I get to be living my passion every single day. I have a strong work ethic as well. I met my husband in Cairns, Australia. I went to undergraduate school, and I had the opportunity to travel there. And I had a day off, and I decided, do I want to go skydiving or scuba diving? Well, it's the Great Barrier Reef. That would be stupid not to go scuba diving. So he was down under dive. He was one of the instructors on the dive boat, and the rest is history. And he moved over here to the States because he wanted to support me in my dream of becoming a chiropractor. So eventually we want to be back on a boat. He's a sailor and a scuba diver by trade, so we want to be on a boat. Maybe we'll end up down in your neck of the woods at some point down the road. So I've been in practice now 8.5 years. My kids, keep me really busy. At 8 and 9 are my girls. They're 15 months apart. I joke a little bit. 1 out of 3 was planned. I think some of you on here might also resonate with that. It's just how it goes, And I was introduced to Nrf2 activation 1.5 years into my chiropractic practice. And I know you got a few questions for me regarding that. But I wanted to incorporate this after learning about what this did, how we could turn on our body's own ability to heal. I knew it was a no-brainer. It was something I wanted to incorporate into my practice. I needed my patients to know about this. I wanted to be on it the rest of my life, activating this pathway in my cells. And I wanted my family members. And now all my kids, everybody, has been on the Nrf2. They've been activating their Nrf2 now for years, which is phenomenal. Had really good results just with my family. So I have a desire to not be stuck here in cold South Dakota. It's so cold through the winter, and I've grown up here my whole life, but you never get used to it. So I eventually want to step away. I want to be able to travel the world, and this business has allowed me the opportunity to step away from my practice and be more present with my kids, especially the ages they are right now. But it's going to allow me to be able to step away and do medical mission trips and travel and bring chiropractic to places in the world that just don't have good medical care or any for that matter. So that's a goal and a dream of mine, is to do that. So I'm working my way there. I fit it in, this business, I fit in the nooks and crannies of my day for, 7.5 years. And I've seen incredible results with people activating their Nrf2. So
Wow, what an incredible story, just going on from what I said. And I had no idea about the Cairns trip, and you being in Cairns and meeting your husband there. And that's crazy, hey? It's all circling back around. And I just love that sort of information. So thank you for sharing all of that with us. And we can hear your passion, which is just incredible. So I just love that. So thank you for sharing. Now, how did you become aware of oxidative stress, and what exactly is oxidative stress? Can you explain that for us, please?
Sure. So it was actually, I always knew about free radicals. When I ask people if they've heard of oxidative stress and I get that deer in the headlight stare, I used to be that way too. Basically, and then I ask them, do you know what free radicals are? I get a lot more nods, a lot more yeses. It's a large number of those free radicals that lead to a cell that has oxidative stress. It's essentially a sick cell. We're rusting from the inside out. So, and we get these things from the air that we breathe. We're just all sitting in front of a computer right now, our cell phones, the EMFs, the benzene we breathe when we pump our gas, financial stress, you name it. It's unavoidable. Too much exercise, too little exercise will induce oxidative stress or increase free radical damage in our cells. And this damage that's happening is cumulative. As we age, that's why we see a lot of conditions later in life manifesting, because our body's ability to fight these free radicals or fight this oxidative stress becomes less as we age. And a lot of kids are being bombarded with oxidative stress and cellular stress, and that's why we're seeing higher rates, I believe, in children of cancers and autism and you name it, because we're losing that ability to combat this damage that's being done inside of our cells. So it's, I tell people all the time, if you're breathing, you're creating oxidative stress. Just metabolizing our food, when our body produces energy, a byproduct of that energy production is a free radical. So just eating food, just breathing will create these free radicals in our cells. And one thing that I found out, a direct antioxidant like a vitamin C molecule, that only neutralizes one free radical. If say that vitamin C has 60 antioxidant molecules in it, it's only going to neutralize 60 free radicals. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So when I found out about this, and I found out that our body's own enzymes, by turning on Nrf2, they actually, one of our body's antioxidant enzymes neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, every second. It's like turning a fire hose on and putting it in every room of a house that's on fire. So it just made more sense to me to turn on my body's own antioxidants versus taking a direct antioxidant. I knew about free radicals as a chiropractic student and even before that, but the term oxidative stress is something I'd never heard about until a patient of mine came to me with an ABC investigative report that some of you may have seen regarding oxidative stress and Nrf2 activation. And that's where I started diving in and learning more about oxidative stress. But essentially, it's a large number of free radicals inside of our body, and our body loses that ability to fight them off, and it leads to cells that are just incredibly sick.
Wow, great answer. Thank you. Can you go into a bit more about how oxidative stress actually affects us, what the outcome of that is?
Sure. Oh, man. So if you guys don't know, go to pubmed.gov. Type in oxidative stress. You'll find now, I just did this today because I had to look, there's over 193,000 studies on oxidative stress. First of all, PubMed.gov is the National Institute of Health's website. It's where all published peer-reviewed research, so gold standard research is. It's where all doctors, all people that want credible research, it's where we go to find credible research. Back in 2011, when I found out about this, there were 87,000 studies on oxidative stress. There's now over 193,000 studies. That's a huge, huge deal. And even Nrf2, I went and I typed that in, and there were over 10,000 studies on Nrf2. In 2011, there were 500. So it's the direction research is headed. Research is really picking up on, oxidative stress is linked to over 250 conditions as its primary cause. Things like heart attacks, psoriasis, melanoma skin cancer, any arthritis you can think of. Inflammation, at the root of inflammation is oxidative stress. Chronic inflammation, diabetes, cataracts, macular degeneration. Type in, though, oxidative stress and whatever condition you're concerned with. When I first learned about this, my son struggled with ADHD since the time he was 3. That's what I typed in. I found thousands of studies linking the two. And I realized at that point, if I can lower oxidative stress, if we can lower the root cause of over 250 diseases, we can help with a lot of the symptoms associated with these conditions. So it's like putting the fire out. So it's linked to almost everything. But if you're curious about something specific, I always educate people. I tell them, go to pubmed.gov, type in oxidative stress and whatever you're concerned with, and see if there's that link.
It's very alarming, isn't it? And it's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Yes. All right. So does oxidative stress affect animals as well? And what are the signs of oxidative stress in animals? I'm not sure if you deal with animals a lot, but maybe you've seen some information around that.
I've got a lot of people on my team that are horse lovers. So we've got a lot of horses on Pro Tandem. We've seen incredible results. I've seen incredible results with dogs and cats. You wonder why a dog ages 7 times more than a human. Have you guys ever heard that? They have 7 times the amount of oxidative stress. You can imagine they're down there sniffing on the ground. And if, I don't know if you guys spray a lot of chemicals there, but here in the Midwest, there's a lot of pesticides, herbicides, and chemicals. And a lot of it's sprayed on our yards. And these animals, they're breathing that in. So they actually induce or incur more oxidative stress than we do. So the same conditions we're dealing with. You're seeing dogs that are dealing with cancers, fibrous tumors. You see diabetes in dogs, seizures. I've got a patient of mine whose dog has been Nrf2